Hi, welcome to my first online yoga video class. Now, I'm doing this because I have a lot of spare time on my hands and I'm thinking maybe you do too. So I figured that in these turbulent times, maybe this is a good time for us to get together, even if we're not in the same room, and take some time to maybe tap into our bodies, tap into our minds, and connect with our breath once again. You probably realize that with all the fear and just turbulence, general upheavals going on in the outside world, it makes it even more important for us to connect to our peaceful inner world. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to work on our inner warrior, connect with our breath and our movements, and try to feel good. Now, we don't have a lot of props. You don't really need any props, but if you want to go grab a pillow right now, it could be helpful. I like to have a bit of a thicker pillow to sit on, and I also like to have a thinner pillow or a folded blanket for extra padding for my knees, just for when we're on our knees. So these are totally optional. They're not important, but they might be good to have, especially if you're somewhat new to yoga or you haven't done yoga in a while, or you just want to make sure that your body feels comfortable. So grab the large pillow. We're going to come onto our seat and find your way onto a comfortable seated position, onto this pillow or just on the mat, crossing your legs. The reason why I like to use the pillow is because it helps to relax my lower back and the tops of my thighs, so I can actually stay seated for a little bit longer. And just close your eyes. And start to notice your breath. Finding space just to relax here. You have nowhere else to be than right now, right here. And if you do, you should pause the video and go do that stuff. Maybe do this later, but if you're in the right space, allow yourself to settle, connect to your body through your breath. Just feel how you feel and feel your breath moving in and out through your lungs. And we're going to start with 3 cleansing breaths. So you can keep your eyes closed if you'd like. We're inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. We're going to start now. Inhale. And exhale. Make your exhale loud. 2 more times. Big inhale. And last time, take the biggest inhale you possibly can. And exhale, empty your lungs completely. Nice. We're going to start to move our shoulders a little bit. So on your next inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. And then exhale and roll them down. Either way is fine, whatever feels comfortable. You can make any movement that feels good for your body. But trying to close your eyes and just stay with your breath here as you move. Coming back into stillness when that feels complete for you. We're going to lengthen up through our spine as much as we can here, gently engaging through the core. On your next inhale, bring both your hands up overhead. Keep your shoulders relaxed onto your back. And exhale, palms to heart center. And 2 more times just like that. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And big exhale. Staying here with your your palms in front of your heart just for another couple breaths. And maybe feeling your heart opening a little bit here as we breathe in. On your next inhale, once again, bring your hands up, overhead, big stretch. And on your exhale, bring the right fingertips down to the mat. Wherever they land is fine. On your next inhale, reach up and over with your left, keeping your shoulders down, away from your ears. And gently breathe into this bend, the side body on your left side here. Introducing some gentle movement in the spine, in the upper body. On your next inhale, bring both your hands back up, big stretch. And then your left fingertips float down. Inhale to lengthen up and over with the right. Just finding your gentle stretch here. On your next inhale, come all the way back up through center, big stretch. And exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Now we're going to come onto all fours so you can remove your thicker pillow or your block or whatever you use to sit on. If you did, grab your thinner pillow if you have it, if you want to use it. And we're going to place our knees hip distance apart onto the pillow. And you're going to spread your fingers really wide here and plant them onto the mat underneath your shoulders as much as you can. Trying to find a good position where you can press into your fingertips, into your knuckles. Bring the eyes of your elbows together, like facing towards each other. And you can keep your toes tucked if you'd like. Closing your eyes here and see if you can engage through the core to come to a really flat back. And also you're going to feel all the tiny muscles in the back of your neck work to keep your neck in line with your spine here. So even though we're not doing much, you might even feel that we're building a little bit of heat into the body here. Keep breathing those nice deep breaths. Now, coming into your center, you can open your eyes. We're going to float the left leg off the ground. Try to keep your hips parallel to the ground as much as you can. Stay here or reach the right fingertips forward. Inhale to stay here. And exhale, option is to bring your knee and your elbow in towards your body as you round up through your spine. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to crunch. Inhale to lengthen. Then exhale to crunch. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch. And place the hand down. Place your knee down. Take 1 cycle of breath in neutral spine. You can stay here or do the same on the other side. Bring your right leg up. Stay here. Option to bring the left fingertips forward. Option to stay here and work, or inhale to lengthen and exhale to flow into your crunch. Engaging through the core. Inhale to kick out and exhale to come in. Last exhale here. Bring your knee down, bring your hand down. Come into your center. Just closing your eyes if they're not closed already. Just tap into your body, see where you're at, see where your breath is at. As we're building up the heat in our body, our breath tends to move a little bit more shallow. So see if you can keep breathing deeply, just to keep your oxygen levels as high as you can. Option to stay here, left leg kicks back if not. Inhale to lengthen. You can stay here and just work on your strength. Or if you want to, you can bring the left knee towards the left elbow, feeling the obliques engage on the side body here. Inhale to stay back. And then exhale, bring the knee in towards your chest as you round up through your spine. Inhale to kick back. Exhale, knee to your elbow. Inhale to kick back. And then exhale to round through your spine, knee to nose. Inhale to kick back one last time. And exhale, place the knee down. Right leg comes back up. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the knee towards your elbow. Inhale to kick back. And then exhale, knee to nose, round through your spine. Inhale to kick back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to kick back. And exhale, knee to nose, round up through your spine. Last inhale, big stretch. And then exhale, knee comes down. Now you're going to remove the pillow from under your knees. We're going to step one step forward with our hands, tuck the toes if they're not tucked already, and push into the mat as we reach the tailbone up to the sky behind us. Keeping the knees bent here, we're coming into some downward dog action. And we're just reaching up through the tailbone. We're not worried about keeping our legs straight at all, but we're pushing as hard as we can into the mat. Now see if you can bring the navel towards your spine as you bring the weight forward, coming into a plank position here. Pushing out through the heels, we're building up some more heat into the body. And see if you can keep your body as straight as possible, keeping the neck in line with the spine. Stay here for one more breath. One more inhale. And exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Now you can keep your knees straight to start to open up into the back sides of your legs a little bit more, or keep them bent to feel a little bit more of space opening into your shoulders here. Now start to walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Place your feet in hip distance apart. And you can keep your knees with a soft bend here as we relax the upper body down. Relaxing the torso, resting it onto the tops of our thighs. And letting the top of your head hang heavy here. Neutralizing the spine. And starting to breathe as we open up into the backs of our feet, legs rather. Just gentle stretch here. Now we're going to lengthen, lift halfway. You're going to trace your hands where it feels comfortable and see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale to fold. Do that 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen halfway. One last time, inhale, shoulder blades together, and exhale, release. Good. Now we're going to come up onto our fingertips here and see if you can step back with your right leg and maybe adjust a little bit. See if you can find your high lunge. We're going to make sure that your left knee is directly above your left ankle and you're starting to feel a stretch into the right hip crease here. Now see if you can press into that front leg to engage the muscles in that leg. And you're going to imagine that your hips are square to the top of your mat. So you're welcome to stay here in this high lunge, and you can rest your hands on yoga blocks on either side of the front leg if you have them. And if you'd like more, inhale to bring your hands up overhead. And what we're going to do is we're going to engage both of our hips and we're drawing the inner thighs together. It's kind of like we're scissoring them together so that we're making sure that our hips stay parallel to the front edge of your mat here. So I'm kind of out of the picture and I'm still learning how to do this video thing. So you just, you got this. You don't have to see me. Inhale, hands come up overhead here. And exhale, palms to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale to come up. And exhale, palms to heart center. Building up the heat, big breaths. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, palms to heart center. We're going to inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to hinge forward. Frame that front foot. See if you can step it back. Plant your hands and come back into a downward facing dog. Option to take a child's pose here. Grab a sip of water. Make some movements, whatever feels good for you. You're going to walk your feet up to meet your hands into a standing forward fold. Once again, feet are hip distance apart. Resting your torso onto the tops of your thighs here. Gentle micro bend in your knees. On your next inhale, lift halfway lift. And exhale to release. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Come up onto your fingertips here. Step back with your left foot. Find your high lunge. And we're pressing out through the heel of the back leg, making sure that the right knee is directly above the right ankle here. We're scissoring our legs together if you're coming up. If you're staying here, you can just breathe into your hip crease, breathing into your openings, breathing into your muscles working here. Inhale to come up, hands up overhead. Find your position, scissoring those legs together, engaging all the muscles in the glutes and in your hips, making sure that your hips are square to the top of your mat. And exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale to come up. And exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale to come up, hands reach. And then exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to hinge forward from your hips. Release your hands down to the mat. And see if you can step it back. Coming into your downward dog. Once again, take a breath here. Make sure you go into your child's pose. Grab a sip of water if you'd like. And whenever you're ready, we're going to meet back into your downward facing dog. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kick the left leg up behind us for three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee towards your chest as you flow forward into your plank position. Inhale to kick it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, flow forward. This time bring your left knee towards your left elbow. Inhale to kick it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross the left knee towards the right elbow. Inhale to kick it back. And exhale, release. Switch it up, right leg kicks back, big inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, plank pose. Inhale to kick back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale to kick it back. And exhale to cross towards the left elbow. Inhale to kick it back. And exhale, plant it down. Take another round of breath here in your downward facing dog. And one more time, inhale, kick your left leg up. And see if you can place that left leg up, coming into a lunge position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk the left foot in towards the center of your mat, and we're going to plant the right heel down. So our left toes are pointing up, straight up towards the top of our mat. The right toes are pointing out at a 45 degree. Coming into our warrior two. So we're going to bend into that front knee. Make sure you can see the big toe. That means that your front knee is directly above that front ankle. And it's not going in and it's not going out. It's going directly over your middle toe. The back leg is straight and we're pressing into both feet. So all of the muscles in our legs here are activated. Our core is engaged. We're lengthening up through the spine. We're going to float our arms out. Bring the shoulder blades gently towards each other. And make sure that your backhand is coming out from your shoulder. Warrior two. On your next inhale, we're straightening that front leg. Bring both your hands up overhead to touch. And exhale to sink back in, tracking the knee over your ankle. Inhale to come up. And exhale to come down. And one more time. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, coming back into your warrior two. Bending into the front elbow, we're lowering it onto the front thigh. And we're going to reach that right hand up in line with our back heel. So we're creating one long line of energy from the back heel all the way up to our fingertips. And see if you can even lift that elbow, making sure that you're not falling into it. You're actually engaging your whole core here. Keep pressing into those feet. On your next inhale, float back up into your warrior two. From warrior two, we're gonna send the back hand down the back leg and reach the right arm up for a gentle, exalted warrior. On your next inhale, we're coming back into your warrior two. Bring your hands onto your hips, come onto the toes of that back leg. Bring your hips towards the top of your mat. Inhale here to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, frame that front leg. We're gonna step the left leg back, plant the hands, send the seat back up for downward facing dog. Feel free to take a child's pose or do a little rest here, whatever you need. Walk your dog. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, right leg comes up. And exhale, see if you can step it forward. So stepping your right foot forward. And we're gonna walk it in towards the center of the mat as we place the heel of the back leg down. Front toes are forward, left toes are pointing in at a 45-degree angle, keeping that front knee bent as we find our way up into warrior two. Now both hips are pointing forward at a 45-degree angle, the same angle as our back toes. We're gonna bend into that front knee, make sure it tracks directly above your front ankle. Float your arms up. Making sure that your arms are coming out from your shoulders. You're pressing into both of those feet. Your core is slightly engaged here. Feeling strong in our warrior two pose. You can stay here or come into the same flow that we did on the other side. On your next inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring your hands up overhead to touch. Exhale, track that front knee above your front ankle. Warrior two. Inhale to flow. And exhale to come into your warrior two. One more time. Now you can stay here or bend into your front elbow, lower it on towards the front thigh as we reach the back hand up and over, keeping that bend in the front thigh, or keep pressing into both of your feet here. And once again, keeping your core engaged so you can actually lift that bottom hand. We're just using your thigh as a gentle support. Breathe deeply. On your next inhale, come back up into your warrior two. Slide the back hand down the back leg. Reach gently back for your exalted warrior. Now it's really important that we're not collapsing into our back like that. We're actually standing upwards and we're just feeling a gentle stretch, maybe in the rib side on your right side here. Coming back into your warrior two, we're gonna bring our hands onto our hips, come onto the back toes, heel toe that front leg out so your hips are in line with your feet, rather opposite, so that your feet are in line with your hips. Frame the front leg, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Now this time we're bringing both of our knees to the ground. Our toes are touching. You can bring your knees wide. Send your seat back. Rest your head, forehead onto the ground, coming into child's pose here. See if you can thoroughly relax your body completely with each exhale. Take one more big inhale and big exhale. And when that is complete, gently push into your hands to come up into a seated position. You can grab your thinner blanket and push it, so you can grab your thinner pillow, place it over your heels, maybe sit back onto your heels and that pillow if that feels good for you, and just so that your thigh bones are pointing directly forward from your hips. And see if you can close your eyes here, lengthening up through the spine. So we're lengthening up through the spine here. On your next inhale, bring your hands wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, big stretch, open up through the chest. Exhale, bring the opposite hand over the other. Hug on the opposite side. Inhale, big stretch, open up through your chest. This time, bring your forearms together to touch in front of you like this. You can stay here or cross your right elbow over the left. Press the backs of your hands together as you lift your elbows just so they're almost in line with your shoulders. You can stay here or maybe even wrap your palms so that they're touching, coming into your eagle arms here. So remember, if this is too much at any time, you can always just retreat your steps. So maybe this would be a good place to start, just pressing your inner arms together, the forearms together, or maybe just giving yourself a hug. If your hands are in eagle arms, we're going to do a big inhale to reach out. And then exhale, cross the opposite on top, or come into any version of this pose that you would like. When that feels complete for you, open up your arms one more time. Inhale to a big stretch, and then exhale, clasp your hands behind your lower back. Now you can rest your hands on your lower back and just focus on opening up through your chest here. Or if it feels good for you, you can try to extend your elbows and bring the shoulder blades together to open up into your chest a little bit more. Make sure that you don't extend your lower back too much, so keep your core slightly engaged here. And if it feels good, you can bring your hands closer to your seat and slowly come forward, resting your forehead onto the mat. Stay here, or see if you can lift your hands up from your body. Slowly lowering your hands, releasing your hands onto the mat. And just finding your breath here. Another option is to have your hands alongside your body, reaching the fingertips down closer to where your toes are. Resting in your child's pose here. Slowly start to come all the way back up using your core strength. We're going to remove our little pillow or blanket. And we're going to come onto our seat. And make sure that you remove the fleshy bits and connect the sit bones to the mat. Make sure you have room behind you to lower down. We're going to gently grab a hold on the backs of our thighs here. Reach up through the crown of your head, and we're going to lean back. See if you can maybe lift one leg off the ground at a time. And maybe see if you can bring your shins as parallel to the ground as you can. Stay here and lift up through your chest. And feel that your core is engaged. If you don't feel it, you're doing it wrong. You should feel this. The option is to release the legs and just point your hands out, coming into your boat pose. If you're super strong, you can extend your legs. I'm not. So stay here. One more breath. And we're gonna relax, place our feet back onto the mat. Good job. Making sure once again you have room to lower back behind you. Now you can keep your feet onto the ground and slowly lower down, using your core to help you lower one vertebra at a time. Breathe deeply. And coming all the way onto your back here. Bring your shoulder blades underneath you. Place the soles of your feet on the mat and connect the soles of your feet together close to your seat. Allow your knees to fall out wide. And you can rest your hands on the inside of your thighs. Or if it feels good, you can extend your arms out from the side or up above your head. Whatever feels good. Opening up into your hips here. Slowing down the breath. If you would like to have a sciatic release, if that's something that you'd like to experience or practice, or if you're familiar with this variation, you can place the heels of your hands close to your hip crease and gently push down with your hands on the tops of your thighs here. For some people this could feel amazing, and for other people maybe you don't feel anything. If it's painful, you should definitely not do this. Now we're going to grab the outsides of your thighs, slowly bring your knees together. We're going to bring your edges of your feet, walk them to the outside edges of your mat. Keep your knees pointing inside a little bit. Your knees are rested towards each other. Now you can extend your arms up from your sides, and if it feels good for you, allow both your knees to fall over to the right side. And then windshield wipe your legs all the way over to the other side. Feel free to stay in one position for longer. Just gently moving from side to side with your knees. Coming back to center, see if you can bring both your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze, but relax your shoulders and your neck on the ground still. Feel free to rotate your ankles, maybe roll on the mat from side to side. Massaging out your back. Interlacing your hands onto your right shin, extend your left leg long, rest it on the mat. Once again, you're welcome to do some ankle rolls with your right leg here. And slowly open up the right knee out to the side. If it feels good, you can extend the left hand on the mat beside you. Making sure your left hip is connected to the mat as we open up into the hip a little bit on the right side. Coming all the way back through center, bring both your knees up and towards your chest, and we're going to switch our legs. Left knee comes in, right leg is relaxed on the mat. Stay here for a little bit with your left knee towards your chest before we slowly open it up to the side. Bringing it into center, bring both your knees in towards your chest. Big squeeze. Once again, roll from side to side if that feels good for you. And you're welcome to come into your happy baby, bringing your peace fingers around your big toes and bending into your knees as you gently tug on your feet. You're also welcome to grab the outside edges of your feet with your hands here, whatever feels good for you. You can move from side to side or just stay stationary, whatever feels good. Deep inhales and deep exhales. Extending your legs if you'd like for a little extra stretch. If there's another posture that you would like to do right now, I welcome you to do so. Whatever feels good for your body right now. We're going to slow down and enter into one of our final poses of the day, the Savasana. So you can grab a blanket or your sweater or socks. Make your way onto a comfortable back. Close your eyes. Allow your shoulders to be comfortable. Maybe bring them underneath you and then relax them to the sides. Allow your feet to flop out naturally. And follow your breath. Allow all of the movements that we just completed to settle into the body. Noticing any sensations or feelings or whatever may come up for you. Allowing your body this rest. This is a good place to pause the video, and you can extend this Shavasana period for as long as you'd like. Traditionally, it could be something like 5, 10, or 15 minutes, or however long you prefer. Now, if you're with me, start to notice your breath. Feeling your lungs expand with your inhale and empty with each exhale. Feel the energy running through your body. And we're slowly going to bring some movement in here. Wriggle our fingers, wriggle our toes. Take some big inhales and exhales, and maybe point your toes, bring your hands up overhead for a big stretch. Slowly making your way over onto your right hand side. Just cradle your head in your hand here for a little bit. And slowly making your way all the way up into your seated position. You're welcome to grab your little block or a pillow here to prop your seat up. Finding a comfortable seat. Placing the palms in front of your heart. Keeping your eyes closed. Taking this time to thank our bodies for staying healthy. Remembering the potential that we carry inside at all times to be able to experience this crazy life fully. All the feelings, all the ups and the downs, all the whatevers. It's all part of life. Remembering how lucky we are to be alive at this time. And seeing if maybe this is a gift, this time that we are all spending in isolation, quarantine. Maybe you're working from home. Or maybe you're still going to work or whatever you do. But that society has slowed down a little bit, traveling has slowed down a little bit, and the earth is catching her breath. And as the earth is catching her breath, we can catch our breath. I thank you for sharing this class with me. I hope that you will have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are, whatever time of day it is for you. And I thank you for checking in. If you have anything to share, feel free to share them in the comments. It could be articles, it could be music, whatever rituals that you use to stay sane in this time period. I'd love to hear from you, and I thank you for watching. Feedback is always welcome, and I hope to see you again. Namaste.